Foggy, welcome, welcome, yeah. 那我们先跟大家打招呼 ，so hi。Hello
everybody
好，我看乌克兰的小伙子非常的害羞啊。那我们知道这个 Foggy 的话，平时是非常认真的一位选手。他每次参加比赛呢，都会提前1周来准备。那我想问一下，他为了这个比赛准备了多久呢
？Whole time。他用他所有的时间来准备了这场比赛。
哇，用了所有的时间来准备这场比赛，看来正如我们解说所说的，每一位来到现场的选手都是奔着夺冠去的。那我想问一下 Foggy 最近在上海的体验怎么样
？It's very wonderful city, and I love Shanghai. 上海是个很好的城市，我很喜欢上海。
好的，我们再次欢迎 Foggy 来到我们的竞铁现场，再次欢迎。好的，那接下来我们要有请到的就是 Foggy 在本轮的对手，他就是 LawLiet， 让我们欢迎 LawLiet。好了，有请到我的这个左手边。안녕하세요。那我们先让这个 LawLiet来打个招呼。
네, 안녕하세요. 한국 나이트엘프 조주현입니다. 반갑습니다.
大家好，我是韩国选手莫妮。
好，那我想问一下 LawLiet， 之前在后面也一直认真的在我们斗鱼观看直播。那我想问一下，看完前面的几场比赛，你的感觉如何？
뒤에서 계속 열심히 경기 챙겨보는 것 같은데요. 네. 경기 본 후에 느낌이 어때요 지금?
아마 옆에 계신 분도 같이 보셨으니까 아마 느끼는 감정이 좀 비슷하지 않을까 하는데 앞에 선수들 멋진 경기에서 저도 좀 긴장이 좀 많이 되고 저도 똑같이 할 수 있을까 걱정도 좀 되고 좀 약간 떠 있는 느낌이네요.
旁边的选手也是跟他一起看的比赛嘛，所以感觉应该2个人的心情都是一样的。看完前面的选手的比赛，然后他也在想我能不能做到这么好。那现在还蛮紧张的。对，
那我们刚刚问到这个 Foggy， 他说他用全部的时间来准备了这场比赛。那我同样也想问一下我们的 LawLiet， 是用多长时间来准备这场比赛？
그러니까 저 옆에 선수가 지금 모든 시간로 이 경기만 준비했거든요. 그래서 선수 본인한테 지금 물어볼 건데요. 어떻게 준비했어요 이 경기를?
네, 저 한국의 그 프리 선수하고 같이 연습을 했는데 한 6판 정도 했는데 제 상대 연습 상대 너무 못해가지고 크게 도움은 안 됐는데 상대분은 좀 연습을 많이 했다고 하니까 제가 한번 체크를 해볼 수 있을 것 같아요. 제 연습 상대보다 잘하는지 못하는지.
他在韩国的时候跟 Free 选手已经练习了6次了。那打过6次，那他觉得对他来说没有太大的帮助，但是对面觉得他对他自己的帮助很大，所以说这盘可以确认一下到底是不是这样。
原来 LawLiet 也是2五仔啊！好了，那我们这个也开个玩笑了。当然，希望我们今天最后一场比赛能够更加精彩。那接下来有请我们的2位选手到我们的对战席就座 ，please。
All right. Both seem to be in good mood. Foggy, of course, enjoying the scenery as always whenever he's in Shanghai. The weights are off, just like the real Son Goku in Dragon Ball Z. Will he be able to defeat LawLiet, though? Who is absolutely tearing it up. He is like the rising star at the moment. A little mean, right, that they give LawLiet the boo image, but whatever. Welcome to the last quarterfinal. Welcome to LawLiet versus Foggy. Of course, we here in Europe send all our energy over to Foggy, but lots of sympathies for LawLiet as well. In, recent history, 2 years, LawLiet has a slight edge. 10-7 in series. There is not really a streak. LawLiet won the last encounter between the two. In maps, it's 27-21 between them. A lot of games online, though. A lot of games on netties, though, where Foggy always has the disadvantage playing from the Ukraine on a Chinese server. From Korea, it's a lot easier, so I think it's equal. Fan favorite seems to be LawLiet, thanks to some Russians who rigged the vote. But yeah, we are looking for the 4th semi-finalist next to Infi, next to Lin, and next to 120, who is the strongest Night Elf so far. And they have a cool bracket here, actually. So I don't have to show mine. There we go. So far, only 2-0s. Lin 2-0 Fly, Infi 2-0 TH, and 1-2-0 2-0 over Moon. Will it be another 2-0, or will we finally get the first 3 map set? That is what we deserve and what we want. Of course, with a better outcome for Foggy, perhaps, to the majority here. Yeah, Foggy in Shanghai is always a story of joy. He and GCS performances, this is his second tournament outside of GCS. WCA didn't went that well for him back in 2016 when he was eliminated in the group stage, but the conditions weren't that great and he wasn't able to attend like a week earlier like he does now. And yeah, practicing on NetEase servers with the best of the best is pretty damn awesome. Thanks to, what is pretty damn awesome as well as more supporters coming in. Thank you, John Bambo123 for the 2-month resub. Keep it up, man. You are 2 good people. Thank you very much, my man. And Risky Rascal has subscribed for 10 months. Big thanks and back to Warcraft and Foggy. Take my energy. And yeah, it was never more fitting, this take my energy thing than now. And we have a big donation coming in by CD Crow. 21 euros 50. Keep up the great job, guys. Thank you very much. That is, of course, a great start to this series. The casters and Chinese are talking a little. Two of the 3 youngest players here, Foggy with 25, LawLiet with 27, slightly below Infi and TH. Both below average. We can show the 2 players here in our little statistic tool. Ukraine versus South Korea. Foggy, the only European player who's really committed to those tournaments, who gets invited to Chinese tournaments, even though he has to play on their server. He's playing in the W League at the moment. Not the greatest start for him, but he got the win over Infi, so maybe it's getting better for him recently. LawLiet, as I said before, it was the biggest surprise of the Masters Coliseum qualifier that he was able to make it into the event through the Korean qualifier, where everybody thought Lin would be doing it. But defeating Lin twice on the same day is absolutely insane. And also in the W League, Super League, LawLiet had a rocket start, jump start into that league, was the only player who went 4-0 in maps. And what's his shape now? How good is he in Night Elf Mirror? Both around the same percentage, actually. 63 for Foggy, 60 for LawLiet, so there's not a big difference. And yeah, Foggy can be a little happy that Fly is not in the tournament anymore, because he never beat him in an actual game. There we have him, 25 years old, from the Ukraine, playing the Night Elves. I think he needed some time to adjust to patch 1.29 when his Warden wasn't working, but the Warden doesn't affect the patch in general, doesn't really affect the Night Elf Mirror. Both can be very creative when it comes to Mirror. Both have a big variety of strategies for Night Elf Mirror. LawLiet, though, more of a Night Elf Mirror player. We have him, 27 years old, from South Korea. Maybe overcoming Focus as the 3rd best Korean in the scene after Moon and Lin. Focus, who's not here at this event. Always joking, always smiling. Maybe playing some PUBG in between. I think there's a water bottle and they have to tape it, because some brands are not allowed. On the very left, by the way, Emoji. He is also an assistant of ours. He helps us a lot with getting into tournaments, contacting organizers, getting in-games and stuff. Emoji, a big help when it comes to Back to Warcraft and streaming Chinese and Korean games to the English audience. So big shout out to him as well. And man, there's some hype. There's some electricity here. At least on my side, because this is the 50-50 matchup in this quarterfinal. And, you know, a lot of Chinese people, they do love Foggy for his boxing gestures. To have, like, this one foreigner to root for. He's always nice. He always takes the time for photos and autographs and stuff like that. And I think he's exploring the city also more and more and getting more used to the Chinese culture, which certainly helps, being there for the 5th time maybe. Last GCS wasn't really his. It was an elimination in the quarterfinals, so only 5th to 8th for Foggy. One of his weakest performances at GCS, but man, it was Infi. It was a new patch. He wasn't that used to the new Night Elf versus Human. And that resulted in an 0-3 elimination against Infi. LawLiet, though, made it into the semi-final. Was then eliminated by Fly, who is kind of his nemesis. But for them, the next match will be against 120, which will be incredibly hard. But everything is possible. But first things first. First is about Night Elf. As I said, LawLiet, more of a bear player whenever he can. He's trying to go bears. He's insanely good in using Zeppelins and attacking expansions on main bases with a Zeppelin drop. Foggy has to be aware of that. Foggy knows, of course. And Foggy is kind of used to building an Engine of Wind early, putting that into his build orders to have a Hippogriff against that, for scouting, to attack the Zeppelin. So maybe that, plus the brighter variety in tactics, speaks in favor of Foggy a little. Foggy bans Ancient Isles. Foggy bans Turtle Rock. We start on Twisted Meadows. This could be a Huntress map. We have also Terranar Stand in Amazonia. So, yeah, Terranar Stand, of course. That can be a fun game for sure. Twisted can be a very fast game with Huntress Podem pushes. Or a long worn out game with mass expansions. That's our first map. The Moon Meadows map. Foggy banning Turtle Rock maybe doesn't want to play the Engine of War mess. Yeah, I think that's the case. He bans Ancient Isles and Turtle Rock. Those are the two maps where you can play Mass Archers, Engine of War. Or without Engine of War, just Mass Range. And maybe he's not too familiar with that. Maybe he's not too happy with that. So that's why he bans those two maps. Echo Isles and Last Refuge out for LawLiet. Really don't know why. Not that good for expansions, really. Amazonia and Terranar's both expansion maps. Twisted, of course, as well. So that might be the reason for him. Last Refuge, kind of hard. Can be AP pushed there as well. That goes for Echo Isles to a degree as well. So maybe LawLiet afraid of AP Huntress pushes. Maybe Foggy doesn't want to go into these Archer Wars. That's my small prediction of why these bans are happening in the way they do. But Foggy is really good on Twisted, I feel. Because there's Mercs. Like, Foggy and Mercs is such a love relationship. The mass pressure. And I think that can be an advantage. If the starting positions are right, of course. He looks focused. He looks not nervous. Compared to like 2 years ago at GCS. He has a killer view in his eyes. I like that. So of course both are getting used to the setup. LawLiet struggling a little while... Yeah. Foggy already the headphones on to not hear the music and stuff. In terms of earnings, LawLiet this year on 9th position with 4,300. Right after him is Foggy. So whoever wins this gets the 9th place in this competition, and also actually surpassing Fly and most likely Moon as well. So they could both do a big jump in the prize money ranks for 2018. LawLiet, surprisingly, the 13th best earning player in Warcraft 3 history, thanks to WCA, of course, where he won. But I would not really expect him to be there. Before 120, Foggy on rank 30, so quite far behind compared to all these Chinese and Korean stars, and of course the European pros of the past, like Todd and Grubby. But yeah, WCA did really well for LawLiet in terms of prize money, with his 2nd place at WCA 2016 and WCA China vs Korea, which the Korean team won. Thanks to Lin. It was a 2-year anniversary of that tournament not too long ago. So hopefully it's starting soon. Did you all send your energy to China, to Shanghai. I certainly hope so. Another big performance by Foggy would cement him in the top ranks of international Warcraft. The better he does, again, the more likely it is that he gets invited to those tournaments. The more likely it is that he stays at Warcraft 3. Where can we see the prize money ranks? At Liquipedia, wiki.backtowarcraft.com. Which needs your help, by the way. If you want to help, what was the address again? I think wikihelp.backtowarcraft.com. That's a Discord server. Let me check if that's right. Yeah, wikihelp.backtowarcraft.com lets you join the Liquipedia Discord for Warcraft 3, and that is where you can help out. You can help us out to reach 50,000 Twitch followers. We are 275 followers away. Hopefully we can crack that today or Sunday. On YouTube, we are surpassing 20,000, so that's always great. On Twitter, it's 3,500 followers close, and on Facebook, we're getting close to 5,000. So hit them buttons and get ready for map number 1. Between Foggy, well-rounded here as it seems, both are. LawLiet, actually not the best in micro as they suggest. Okay. Yeah, those ratings are always interesting. Maybe the Chinese fans can translate what that means. I think the top is micro, bottom left is creativity, but the rest I really don't know. Multitasking should be one of Foggy's biggest strengths. And here is the first map of Foggy versus LawLiet. The Night of Mirror to determine the final player for the top 4 to a guaranteed prize money of $2,400. And of course the chance to raise it up to 12,000 if you win this tournament. Okay, I think the settings are wrong. So we postponed the hype for a little. It's a different setting for all of us. So we have to adjust the settings once again for Foggy here. I said it before, the 2 best earning players in Warcraft 3 2018 made a combined $34,000. That's Lin and TH. This tournament alone hands out $28,700. So this is absolutely insane. And shows you how prestigious this is, how important this is for the players. Might be the highest prize pool all year. But we don't know what's to come. It's still only August. WGL is coming. Some other tournaments might rise as well. I heard something about China versus Korea rematch. I don't think that this is like psychological warfare that other players might do. This is just, like, Foggy doesn't do that stuff. So, yeah, something is wrong with the settings, as it seems. So they have to readjust it. LawLiet laid back. He was very, very nervous at GCS, actually. Haven't seen him that nervous ever. Not even at the WCA Grand Final. In the semi-final against Fly. Maybe that hindered him. Maybe that's why Fly won that match so dominantly. Yeah, but hopefully Foggy is getting the best conditions there. And won't have to adapt mid-game. Thank you, Pettyman, for the sub. And thank you for the host, X-Lord. 35 viewers, man. Glad to see you so high. Up in the Northrend ladder at the moment. Powerful Birdman has thrown us 100 bits. Tier 100 back to Warcraft for life. Oh yeah, man. Master Shake Super Cup has subscribed as well. Mr. Nikon is coming in, our first sub ever, or second sub ever, for 49 months here. It's pretty insane. Almost 50 months. Nikon. We know each other. I mean, it's Gamescom time. Then the memories come back, you know? So it's always hard to describe to the admins what the actual problem is. Maybe it's something to do with, I don't know, inventory keys? X-Lord 5-0 LawLiet. X-Lord was always good against Night Elf, so who knows? The romantic undead indeed. Yeah, very cool to see you still following the scene and participating in this scene as well. Former German champion X-Lord. Oh, that's the stream crash. Alright. Whoops, anything. Otherwise, the official stream is still running. They all look so like they have no idea what's going on or what even the problem is. But it just adds to the hype, right? Poor YouTube guys. I started the recording 20 minutes ago and we still haven't seen the first game. Yeah, in NetEase, they're playing a special version of NetEase. There is the normal rooms for Warcraft Melee, and there is the RPG rooms, which might have different settings. Okay, more technicians, more translators. Yeah, then they're playing like a special version of NetEase here for the LAN purpose. Looks like the NASL sound guy the entire staff applied for this event. You know, Shanghai Major. Shades of Shanghai Major. It's interesting that it was Foggy's problem and now 6 people are standing next to LawLiet. I have no idea what's going on. Maybe they're trying to explain Foggy's problem to LawLiet so he can translate it to them. Call 120, he's an IT guy now. It's an interesting situation that LawLiet kind of helps out Foggy now. I mean, they know each other for quite a long time as well. But when it's about, what is it, $2,300 difference, would you help your opponent? Some people certainly wouldn't. Would love to know what's up. Okay. Looks like we found the solution. Yeah, this is not a setting that you usually use, so I think we can't blame Foggy. It's of course stressful. If you really want to start your series and you're mentally prepared to go into the game and then you have to deal with this. I mean, I know this from streaming. If I'm mentally ready to get into a stream, then I'm all hyped up, and if I see like 5 minutes before a cast that, I don't know, my internet goes down or NetEase needs an update which takes forever, this puts stress on you. So I hope this won't affect the 2 players too much. They don't want the foreigner to win. That is absolutely not true. They always support Foggy big time. I think that's... I don't know if I want to generalize, but maybe you can say that. This is a thing of the past. When it comes to Foggy, everyone is extremely supportive. All the time. When it comes to the tiniest things. Casting is a stressful high-performance sport. Well, take a walk in my shoes, man. You will see it's like... It's mentally exhausting. And kind of physically as well, because you talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. And you constantly have to come up with new stuff. It's not as easy as people think. It's not like, okay, I'm laying back here, doing nothing. Talk about stuff or not. I mean, try it for... How long are we online? 5 hours almost. It's not the hardest job in the world, but it's also not as easy as people think. Can anyone remember the name of the famous German Warcraft player who always played quick tower rushes? Korugnol did that a lot. Oh! We have a game, everybody! Finally! 26 minutes when the game should have started. Oh, this is good for LawLiet. We have LawLiet in red, Foggy in blue, and LawLiet is spawning right next to the mercenary camp. That is pretty nice, if it's not getting harassed. So, okay, heroes first. We see Engine of War on both sides, so it's not a Huntress build, and most likely than not a Bottom opening, maybe a Keeper opening. The good thing for LawLiet now at this position is he can creep the mercenary camp. Foggy is starting against the Gnolls. Usually if you do the Gnolls, you want to eat through the forest and go for the mercenary camp next to get close to level 3. But if LawLiet does it already, then it's gone and you're kind of stuck on level 1.9 or early 2. So that's not too good. Demon Hunter first for Foggy. No big surprise here, and same for LawLiet. So, standard first hero, standard first unit, but I wouldn't be too surprised to see Huntress later or Huntress transition into something else. He's scouting for the second mercenary camp to see what's going on, and he scouts for the first one as well. And can he pull out the creeps? Does he want to pull out the creeps already to attack the Engine of War? Doesn't seem like it. There's the anti-aggro wisp from LawLiet already. Who pulls the creeps now? Oh, the Shadow Priest goes to Foggy. I think he sent in the wisp. That should be big if he gets that one. We will see it in a bit. The archer is harassing this. Foggy is abandoning his creep. Why is he sending this archer? Getting a lot of hits. Foggy, what are you doing? Okay, he got the Shadow Priest now. He wasn't able to take it with the wisp, but he gets the Shadow Priest and the archer survives. Whew, that was quite a risk. That was... like, if he loses that archer and doesn't get the Shadow Priest, then his early game is completely screwed. But both game plans are kind of screwed. The good thing for Foggy now is he has the Shadow Priest. He can heal from them. That means he has to use less Moon Juice. And that's an early advantage for the Ukrainian. Spawning in blue. So, could be fast tags here. Not too sure, actually. Oh, no, it's not. It's 3 Moon Worlds. And there's the Huntress Hall for Foggy. Alright, he got the first Merc. He goes into Huntress. The pressure on LawLiet will be insane. There's the second Engine of War at the second mercenary camp at the south. So he will try to go for as many Mercs as possible and as many Huntresses as possible and push the hell out of LawLiet. This is kind of do or die though. Ooh. He's tanking with the Demon Hunter. No evasions yet. Ooh, this costs a lot. Foggy's early game is certainly better in all regards. from my perspective right now. But he's on the clock with the Huntress build. LawLiet now with a nice claw +6, but his Demon Hunter tanking a lot of damage while LawLiet doesn't, while Foggy doesn't lose a single point of HP here, can continue to creep. The Demon Hunter getting boots already? Or staff? No, boots and dust, alright. To chase down some archers. LawLiet must be aware of what's to come. This should be the shop for him and tech. Or is he going for an early Huntress Hall as well? Usually you don't build it that far up front. 5 archers though. So he has a lot of damage to defend what's to come. Foggy sees what creep camp has been taken. They're passing each other now. And how much damage is there already? Not too much, no claws of attack, just the gloves of haste. Moonwell's already in the base, it's nighttime, there's a lot of moon juice in them. But good scouting by Foggy. Yeah, so this should be shop and Huntress Hall now for LawLiet in his base. Very, very passive early after the mercenary camp situation. And the first Huntress is out. This is second actually. This is a lot of speed. This is a lot of map control. This is a lot of damage and tankiness against 5 archers though. Can be sniped, but usually Huntress easy to micro. So in a perfect world you don't lose them. But you never know. The Wisps are in position. AP push looks like it. Huh? But there's an expansion most likely on the way as well for Foggy. In the bottom right. Yep, there we go. Tree of Life. So it's not an all-in push. Very many angles to this attack. This is a nice one for a kill though. First archer down. He's trying to get the bouncing glaives onto the archer in front. He has the boots of speed. He can run it down. And that is 2 big losses. He's trying to portal out. Can he get the 3rd kill? No. Close but no cigar. But that was big. It was a second engine of war actually, not a shop. To defend in the upcoming push. But this is a fake of Foggy. This is a push fake to get the expo up. LawLiet is scouting it now. It's nighttime. I'm not 100% sure he saw this. He is opening up the second mercenary camp now for more mercenaries for himself. And a big consumable. Big healing, big invul. Even Scroll of the Beast would be great for him. Big mana. Not too good, but the slippers certainly help. So LawLiet going into Huntress now himself. Did he see the expo? Can he do something against it? He's not coming up with one of his own yet. His tier 2 is a lot faster though. And therefore a tier 2 push comes in a lot earlier. And LawLiet has to defend, Foggy has to defend 2 spots at the same time with its expansion up. And his main base, very, very open. Engines of shop now and Engine of Lore on LawLiet's side for Dryads. And yeah, here comes the early harass. From one Huntress though, it's not too bad and it's not too big. Foggy creeping and getting level 3 here. Boots of Speed, okay. It's good for the second tier anyway, or you sell it, it's not too shabby. And this tree comes through. Not enough damage. LawLiet could go for a Zapper later maybe. This defense is pretty good. There shouldn't be too many hurt Wisps in the mine, so he swaps them out. That was close. And LawLiet continues to attack the tree, but not even close to killing it. So he survived the bigger investment into the early game. He survived the investment into the Tree of Life. Will he survive the better tech of LawLiet? So far everything is looking pretty good for the Ukrainian. LawLiet with a tier 3 tech and the second lore only now. He invested into another engine of war, which was kind of a waste.
A player's forces are under attack.
So that was money, yeah, thrown out the window here. And that gave Foggy maybe the time to expand this. Heal Scroll and Invul early on. Big damage on the Demon Hunter. And Glaive Throwers early. Against... yeah, maybe he was scared of mass Dryads. So he got that. Oh, Huntress dying to the creeps. I mean, there's gonna be a lot of Dryads. They will pick the Huntress apart. So he's not giving experience to his opponent. But yeah, you don't want to lose them, that's for sure. And the Huntress is quite expensive, so you certainly don't want that. LawLiet has a big level disadvantage though. More than half a level. He will catch up now, since Foggy at the moment has not too much to creep. He did follow up into the Huntress transition and loses one as well. Okay, 1 for 1. And the creeps with 2 kills here. Okay. No Keeper of the Grove yet. Mass mercs for Foggy. He takes the fight right now, wants to get rid of the mercenaries on the other side. Loses the Shadow Priest though. And the Murloc. The Mud Golem. He gets the second Mud Golem for continuous slow. 2 of experience. Ah, I didn't see that. Where did he get that? Well, the first bear is coming for rejuvenation, but the Demon Hunter has the staff out. Damage is not enough. He picks up the first bear. Big losses on both sides, but LawLiet down to 38. And this one Glaive Thrower addition is so nice, and now there's no reju. He has to wait quite a long time until he gets that reju again. There we go. He was the second one producing. But if he kills that lore, Foggy was always so great in getting that, and he gets it! Invo Potion, he's attacking the Demon Hunter. If he gets that kill, the game should be his for the taking, and he gets it! Foggy, dominant here on Twisted Meadows. Getting the hero, getting the production building. Oh my god. LawLiet, his Dryads are just exploding. It's level 5! All of a sudden, GG! And the hands are high up in the air. The boxing gestures once again. Despite having technical difficulties, Foggy takes map number 1 in a convincing fashion. From the very early moment on, since he got that Shadow Priest, this game went very, very, very well for him. He wasn't attacked with the investment into the 2 Engines of War and the early Mass Huntress, which then he neglected for the expansion. And then he even had the time to push. Like, LawLiet never got a foot on the ground, really. And I love the Glaive Thrower edition. Foggy, one thing that made him so good against Human was, of course, the Warden and his macro play. But he was also amazing in sniping workshops. So your opponent don't get mortar teams, and then, like, you can play more Dryads, or you have more meat, and your opponent doesn't have that much damage. And this production building cancellation helped him a lot in getting this lore. Like, with dual lore, maybe he can hold it a bit longer. With single lore, absolutely not possible, especially if you're up against an expansion. I don't know how he does it all the time. That was not even close. Did I say Russian? Of course, Ukrainian. Whoopsie. Did I say that? Did someone else say that? Whatever. Oh, LawLiet, what to do now? We have... What do we have left? Terranas and Amazonia, right? Yeah, that's what we have. Good timing push by Foggy here. So many mercs also with that push coming in. From both mercenary camps, and then you're just overwhelmed. If you're going into attack and the tech has just finished, and you lose your first tech or big tech unit with the bear, who just used 1 rejuvenation, that's not paying off. And then the cheap mass units take over, and that's what you saw. He could even dive the base because the pressure was so high. Expo didn't really pay off, but you know, he had it in the back. So the question is Amazonia or Terranas. Both very good Zeppelin drop maps, I think. We have a few new subs here. Aiden Rendinho for 16 months. Thank you very much, man. Also for a lot of reactions on Facebook all the time. Jan Norn for the 23 month. To do Le Trompa, thank you very much for the first time sub. And Radiant Tag for 4 months already. Thank you. Yeah, Norn, getting close to the 2 years, man. See you next month then, hopefully. Don't let the streak end. So apparently, the technical difficulties at the start weren't that bad, since everything went well for Foggy, I think. Really everything. He lost the Huntress, the one to creeps, but I think that was the only mistake. And was it the only unit he lost? I'm not sure. But picking up the archers early weakened his attack, or the defense of LawLiet, pretty much. And then he got so many mercs and the expansion. You know, stuff like this happens. But the next 2 maps should be better for LawLiet with the before mentioned Zeppelins. If he gets the time, maybe Foggy is pushing him again. Here we go to Amazonia, the legendary LawLiet map where he defeated Joshishi with mass chimeras. That is certainly a good map for him. I would give him the edge here. So we finally go to a 3-mapper. There is no lower bracket. There is no second chance. This is do or die at Masters Coliseum. If you enter the ring, you know, only one guy leaves alive. So I think my impression of Foggy when he started that match was right. In the zone, super focused. And LawLiet again showing some signs of nervousness. Now his head is down all of a sudden. His hands are moving more rapidly than before. Here we go. Map number 2. Amazonia. This is where the big rise of Foggy started back at GCS 2016 when he defeated Lin here on this very map. And that's where the scene started to follow him, to cheer for him, to love him to a degree. Will it be another 2-0? Or will it be the first full best of 3? We have Foggy with the lead in the upper right. We have LawLiet about to be eliminated in the bottom left. Alta Moonwell, of course, first. Engine of War not attacked. I wonder if they send out Wisps to pull the aggro, but it doesn't seem to be the case. Same position for Foggy. Again, the question, Demon Hunter for both. That would be the standard. Hodem, Keeper, certainly possible. Beastmaster, but there's no Tavern build here. That's out of the equation. No scouts at all, so they focus on their level 2 before doing anything else. This could be one map now for $2,400 for Foggy, making a top 4 alongside Lin, Infi, and 120. Which is kind of bad news for Foggy, but let's talk about it later. It's a Demon Hunter, of course. No big surprise. And this time, Mercenaries is less likely. Because you have to drag the creeps away to get them, and they're so far apart from each other. I don't think we're gonna see so many mercs here. Oh, Foggy pulling some creeps. So they attack the Engine of War together. Survives with 5. And he can creep this peacefully with a Lightning Shield. LawLiet has the Lightning Shield as well, but only now applying it to the enemies. Will he deny something? Nope. Getting full damage on the Renegade Wizard now. But the Engine of War is certainly hurt. Can Foggy somehow capitalize from that? Level 2, of course. Ring of Protection for LawLiet. And here we have Ring of Protection as well as Cloak of Shadows. Both not very blessed with the outcome of this creep spots, but at least they have level 2 Mana Burn and Evasion unlocked. Everything else would surprise me big time. Oh, nice little save by LawLiet. That Wisp. Oh. Okay, he can cancel it and gets the kill. No detonate. 25 extra experience for Foggy right there. Could have been prevented with a detonate. I mean, he would have lost the Wisp anyway. And he gets... Does he get the Archer? One more swipe. Can he reach? No, he can't. Go for the Moonwell. Foggy again with a better early game, getting 2 units for free. I mean, except a little bit of mana, which will result in a little bit of Moonwell juice, but... He has 2 archers. He has the better army now. And therefore LawLiet can't really take the trades. And well, with the ring and the gloves, maybe he can. Or are the archers strong enough? Yeah, with the 3rd archer for sure. 4th archer. That is usually the key moment. Will we see more archers than 4? Then it's mass range. Or not, then it's bears. On this map, bears very likely though. Bears Zeppelin play is common. The most common thing on this map. But especially with Foggy, you never know. Could be Furies, could be Dragonholds, of course, Hippogriff Riders. Boots of Speed now. For more harass. Worked out tremendously well on Twisted, where he got 2 archers for free in the mid game after purchasing boots. And again he runs into the base. And yeah, LawLiet sees, oh damn, he got the boots. I can't do anything against it at the moment. My boots are far away. Oh, reveal as well. Oh yeah, I forgot about the dust. This is of course a nice touch as well. Is there a Huntress Hall coming already? I don't see one. Ah, there's one for Foggy. Let's not forget about it. That was for a long time. Oh, 5 archers here for LawLiet. Could be range. In the absence of a Huntress Hall, it certainly looks like mass archers, but Foggy is tearing it up once again. 2nd archer dead, the 3rd one will fall as well. Saves it to the Moonwells, and now his Demon Hunter is kind of in trouble. Takes the town portal. Huh. Maybe a little overcommitment here. With the town portal you certainly don't want to lose, but he got a lot of information. He knows that his opponent is not going Dryad Bears, so he can adapt accordingly to it. Again, he's tanking Naga 2nd. Big push coming in, and this could be a horrible, horrible creepjack. This could be a town portal right there. With the damage, with the control that the Naga provides, he gets 1 kill and the TP for free, so nice change, and that's why Foggy gave up this TP so early, most likely. Keeper of the Grove by LawLiet. So this is a stressful situation for the Korean. There's damage. There's a lot of damage and pressure coming from Foggy now. And he has to wait for his 2nd hero, who doesn't provide too much yet. Tier 3 rush. Is this the Shredder build? With all those archers? We don't see a Shredder coming from Foggy's base, so I don't think he's going for it as well. But he takes experience away from LawLiet's side of the map, and that's super important. Even the big one, like at this point, at this creep spot, there's a high chance of getting creepjacked because it's so close to LawLiet's base. There's also, like, it's very dangerous because you can get bashed and stunned, and then you sit there without a town portal, I guess, but with a potion. Winds of Illusion, so nice. Just to tank the damage from the creeps. They are not that smart. Engines of Lore coming, LawLiet scouts it. So he knows, okay, there's no Dryad yet, maybe I can do something here. Keeper is certainly the better late game hero. With the aura that it provides, The Bears get a lot of damage from it. Double Engine of Wind. So it's Talons versus Bears. Very unusual for LawLiet to not go Bears. Another fight here. First Fork Lightning of the game. Going on to the Keeper, but with an Entangle you can of course control the Demon Hunter, who lost half of his HP, but he gets the return damage. Should be fair. Level 3 on both Demon Hunters there. I think the Naga out-leveled the Keeper quite a bit. The shot position for Foggy is of course not the greatest, as it is in the middle of the map and will be taken out now. Cleans it up, so there's also no vision for Foggy there anymore. And the Tinker third. Always a great addition. Against Bears, not so much though. I think. Just takes out the Pocket Factory way too quickly. And Foggy is expecting a push. I think it's APs, right? Like at least one. And a rebuild shop. Yeah. AP and shop. To be safe from a big push. LawLiet rushed tier 3 for Cyclone. I think Foggy was a little slower than that. He got the Demon Hunter level 3, sends him out to get some wards. Point of mana stealing, but everything is slow. There's End Snare as well. Maybe the chance for LawLiet to engage into this, to get some pickups here with Entangle. He's trying for sure. Pocket Factory summoned. Good damage from all the archers, especially against the Dryads who are joining from the Tree of Lore, Engine of Lore. No third hero for Foggy. No Bears for Foggy yet. Good mana burns, but counter burn with the Wand of Mana Stealing. Only Dryads for now. Reju would be amazing as there's no Dispel on LawLiet's side.
A player's forces are under attack.
Is he going Bears anyway? Or is he going Mass Range? Or Mountain Giants? Probably. Dryads win of course the battle against Talons, since Talons can't attack them. So you always need some archers in your army, or at least some other damage type, otherwise you will be countered with Mass Dryads, since they are magic immune. Anti-magic potion to prevent Cyclone. Nice touch. And the Orb of Venom. Great damage addition against low HP units. Of course you don't want to make a mistake here. It is Mountain Giants immediately. Wow. Those guys soak up so much damage, and they force a response from LawLiet, because you can't fight Mountain Giants when you have 2 or 3. You can't fight them with Talons and Archers. It's just impossible. You need Bears at some point. And that causes a long transition because you need a Hunter's Hall, and that takes some time. Dark Ranger for Foggy makes sense. There's silence against the Talons, and there's also Dark Arrow for a lot of skeletons that can snowball insanely hard. So what to do? Foggy wants open fights. Does he want it now? Does he think that he has enough? He certainly does. Jumps in with a Fork Lightning and magic protection. Whisper coming in for the detonate. The Dryads are falling way too quickly as it seems. Cyclone being used on the Naga. There's Dispel immediately from the Dryads. The anti-magic shell wears off, but he gets 2 archer kills here right away. The Talons are completely ignored until he gets rid of all the archers. Foggy is having a tremendous fight as it seems so far. Going hard for the Keeper of the Grove. Staffs the Tele Staff and gets him out there. But all the archers die, and then he can just win the fight with Dryads, I think. And that's what happens here. Cyclone being used over and over. Dark Ranger a little bit in trouble, but now it's cleanup time. The mana is gone from the Talons. This strategy is not working out for LawLiet at all. Yes, there is Fury Fire. There is damage on the Demon Hunter, but basically both lost the entire army. But with the archers being gone, Dryads and Mountain Giants are so good. I think he cancelled the Mountain Giant, though, to go for more Dryads. Almost level 2. Level DR. Level 2 for the Tinker already. Dryads, of course, give a lot more experience than Talons and Archer do. So that's the weakness of this strategy. But here we go again. Naga in trouble. Entangled Fury Fire dispelled immediately. Is there no staff on Foggy's side? Oh no! Far away saves her though. Thanks to the boots, I guess. Now the Dark Ranger in trouble. LawLiet aiming for that hero kill. More and more Dryads suffer thanks to this. And the Dark Ranger gets killed with a nice entangle. There wasn't enough mana burn. There's once again the staff for LawLiet, saving the Keeper of the Grove for the second time. More Dryads fall. This is so nice for his for his Demon Hunter. But there's level 4 on Foggy's side now. Level 2 evasion, getting hit. Lucky for him that the Keeper of the Grove is not there. But he survives. Would have had another heal scroll to save that one. Naga low, Dark Ranger dead, army reduced to a minimum, Moon Juice empty. And the creep spot goes to LawLiet. The Korean is back in the series. Vamp Aura, now he wishes he would have gone for bears.
The town is under siege.
Level 4 Demon Hunter, would have loved... Yeah, what's the other Demon Hunter? How are the heroes looking like? He's super close to 3. The Keeper didn't get too much experience because he was out of the fight for quite a bit, but the Tinker profited a lot from those Dryad kills. Foggy continues to play only Dryads, relying on his heroes to get rid of the rest. Still no MG. He needs the upgrades though. I don't know if he has time for that. Level 3 Tinker. Pocket Factory just got a lot better. 2 Orbs of Venom on LawLiet's side. Lots and lots of AoE of damage over time. Naga's level 3. Foggy's super aggressive, engaging here again. He doesn't want to give up the second big permanent item here to his opponent, but the Naga is in trouble once more. Lightning Shield dispelled immediately. Naga going back in. I don't know if that's the right situation. Goes in for the heal scroll, uses that. Dispel on the Entangle. Both heroes low. The Demon Hunter is on his own, and once again, I think he has no TP. Cyclone now. What can he do against the heroes? This looks like a double kill. Keeper of the Grove got some mana. But out of range for the Entangle. Mana Burn almost kills the Dark Ranger. Is it one Demon Hunter to rule them all? He has the anti-magic potion. Taking so much damage from this. But he distracts from the rest of the army, so he keeps both heroes alive, but loses so many Dryads now. He was a little too greedy. The Skeleton might get one more kill. This is the Dark Ranger kill for sure. Here's the MG, uses Taunt, goes for the Keeper, staffed out again. The Dark Ranger falls in the north, and now his Demon Hunter is in trouble. He needs something, staff out. Saves the first hero, LawLiet on the prowl though. Going for the Naga, who is super squishy. The MG in the back can't use Taunt, does some damage, but of course is super slow. Oh boy. Foggy's in trouble, I guess, but the Demon Hunter is back with full health. Mana Burn almost kills him. He turns around with the Tinker. LawLiet, what are you doing? Losing the big third hero who was at level 3 already. Taunt being used over and over to get a little bit of time, but we're even staffing out archers now. It's about every single kill. But that was a big addition. Confusing LawLiet with that taunt, so he has to re-micro everything to get rid of that taunt. LawLiet lost so much at the end of that fight. We always say that Foggy is the boxer, but this was more like Foggy, like a wrestler running into the ropes and throwing out a big lariat. Rune Bracers against Entangle, of course, superb. And Mana Burny as well, even. Getting level 4.5. Entangle on the Mountain Giant. Now the problem is it tanks a lot of damage, but it's so hard to get him back up with the Moon Juice. Soaks up all the Moon Juice. Demon Hunter battle in the middle of everything. The Treants are really... I mean, there's the spell. So Treants help for creeping, maybe. There's almost no melee damage, so not going for Thorns Aura is not really a big thing. Fury Dragons. Okay, for the piercing damage against Dryads. Switching from archers. Cheap block coming in. Staff is on cooldown. Is the damage enough? The Dryads reach? I don't think so. Nope, staff out from the Keeper of the Grove. Whew, both below 50. Nobody is going for an expansion. Foggy, oh no, he doesn't have the option. The main gold mines are not freed up yet. But he got a win of mana stealing, right? So one of those expansions should be there. It's daytime and the moon juice is gone. But the more mountain giants you have, the harder it is to counter them, and the more you need some normal damage in your army, which is absolutely not the case. Demon Hunter back in the game. Not fully healed though. Fury Dragons this time with decent damage. And here's Taunt, confusing the army a lot. And again, the Dryads walking XP tomes. Silence being used, so he can't use Cyclone at the moment. And the Dryad wins the fight against the Fury Dragon in the north. But what about the Naga? What about the Naga up there? Oh, Dryad slow again, the savior, at least for now. So he can reach the shop. And now, blockings, slowing. There's also Frost Arrow now. But there should be another staff, right, on the Keeper. That took so much time. Almost a surround, Taunt being used. Oh boy, was that a Zapper or something? I don't know what it was, but staff out. No, it wasn't a Zapper. Was it like a Fury Dragon exploding? It's been a long day, solo cast, guys, so sorry about that. Another block. Looking good for Foggy. This game goes back and forth as a good Night of Mirror should. Are they all out of Moon Juice now? Will you give your opponent the Moonstone? Yes, you will. One of them has regen for free now. Dryads. Foggy breaking upkeep with the 56 supply at the moment. And it's time to calm down a bit. LawLiet, this must be so stressful for him. He can't afford a bear transition. That is a Huntress Hall, Lores, Adept upgrade, and Master upgrade. Until then, Foggy flew to the moon with his army.
A player's forces are under attack.
There are two big red spots. Can give a huge advantage. Despite all the Dryad kills, only 4.6 on the Demon Hunter, which surprises me a bit. Here we go. Position of the Mountain Giants not ideal at the moment. Need to regroup a little. Fork Lightning getting one kill, almost a second one. Dark Ranger coming in for a Black Arrow. Could stop the snowball, but doesn't. Silence doesn't hit too much. The Furies are getting sniped rather quickly. Demon Hunter Foggy dropping down. Has to use a potion there. Taunt being used. Dark Ranger leveling up. Demon Hunter as well, level 5 now for Foggy. 3 mana burn or 3 evasion. Level 3 evasion is so sick. Maybe in this match he should go for evasion. Mountain Giant gets distracting one more. And he has so much control. Cyclone is not really a thing in this matchup, right? Because of all the Dryads. Fury Dragon again, this time, finally, an MG dies. But the Demon Hunter and the Tinker, they're both low. One can be staffed out, the second one, not so much! Tinker down for the second time, and now it's cleaning time, baby! Demon Hunter is still out of the fight, but he's coming back already. Dispel again against the Cyclone. And it looks like Foggy is fighting his way into the semi-final, but let's not praise this too early. So many Dryads though. Moon Juice again gone. And the level 5 Demon Hunter has full health. Taunt. He's going for the Keeper. Staffed out once more. But that should have been the last staff. Foggy repositioning his Dark Ranger a little more defensively. I like that one. He's desperately trying to get his Tinker back. But damage to the infrastructure already. Oh boy, everything is so low. LawLiet with his back against the wall. It could be the 4th 2-0 in 4 quarterfinals. Entangle doesn't do too much anymore. I think he kept that Ruined Braces, right? GG! He taps out and Foggy is top 4 at Masters Coliseum! Wow, what a nerve-wracking tug of war on Amazonia. LawLiet smiling, congratulating early, easy. Like, not easy, but good sportsmanship here. What a win for the Western scene. And for Foggy personally, of course. Foggy Balboa again making it. It looked pretty grim for him at times on Amazonia. I thought LawLiet had this, but never give up mentality. That's what Foggy lives and what he shows here. Tremendous. The turnaround, I think, once the first Mountain Giant appeared and LawLiet had no damage to get rid of it quickly or to damage it enough so that he could kill it in the second time. As long as there's only one MG, it's okay. When there's two, pretty dangerous. And then he had no solution against the Dryads anymore because he constantly had to throw his damage against this wall that is a Mountain Giant. And then the Dryads took over, constantly had Dispel against the Cyclones, which were not a factor at the late game at all. He out-leveled the Demon Hunter, had level 5, kept his heroes alive a little better. Congrats to Foggy! And yeah, that one Mountain Giant, man. Pretty sick. We're of course waiting for Foggy to be interviewed on stage here. We have a new sub coming in, Tyrox, for half a year. 6 months with Twitch Prime. Remember to use it on your favorite channel. Thank you very much, Tyrox. Of course, even better if your favorite channel is back to Warcraft. We bring you more Warcraft this weekend. On Sunday, Foggy is fighting alongside Infi, Fly, and 120 for $23,000. He is top 4 now against the best of the world. One player from one race each. And Foggy will play 120. I mentioned before that this might be not the best grid for Foggy because he is 0-4 against 120. He never defeated 120 before. But that was the case against Infi as well. And in W League, Foggy defeated Infi for the very first time after, I think, 6 losses in a row? 5 losses in a row. It's funny that like his best stats are against Lin, but there's also a 2-6. So Foggy is the absolute underdog. Showing you the statistics here. Foggy Lin is 2-6. Foggy 120 is 0-4. Foggy Infi is 1-5. And that's what he's up against on Sunday. He does have time to prepare though. It's gonna be another best of 3 in the semis. Infi versus Lin. Foggy versus 120. There we have it. The Masters Coliseum. We started with 8 players, we're down to 4. Goodbye Fly. Goodbye TH. Goodbye Moon. And goodbye LawLiet. The only player of the GCS top 4 that remains is Infi. What a change in less than 2.5 months. And Foggy is back where he belongs. One series away from a medal. So all of the 4 players that made it have $2,400 guaranteed. If they win the next round, they have $6,000 guaranteed. That is the prize pool of GCS basically, or WGL. And it was not the walk in the park that it looked like. It was hard work. LawLiet was in the best shape of recent months. But then there's this one guy from the Ukraine who's pretty damn good at Night of Mirror. And he takes it. Once more. Thanks for covering this. My pleasure, man. It was a little bumpy road, but in the end it was all good. Coverage continues Sunday, 7 a.m. European time. We will have a countdown on backtowarcraft.com, so you don't miss it if you're in a different time zone. There's also a countdown on Liquipedia. We're still waiting for Foggy's winning interview. Thank you, Viralis, for the sub, and thank you, Camstus, for the sub. And there we go.
好了，我们3位解说辛苦了。那我们也非常感谢2位外国选手给我们带来如此精彩的比赛。同时要恭喜到的是我们乌克兰的小伙子 Foggy 成功的晋级到4强当中。那么经过了今天4个波3的比赛过后呢，最终晋级到近铁杯天下第一武道会 World 3项目的4强，他们分别是 Lin、Infi、120以及 Foggy。那么在明天呢，我们将会进行到的是星际争霸2的比赛。那么明天的有哪些选手以及对阵呢？明天第1场比赛将会。
If you're interested in StarCraft, that's up for tomorrow. Neeb versus Scarlet, Zest versus Hurricane, Innovation versus Sue, Time versus Shigua. I don't know how to pronounce them, unfortunately. That is for tomorrow. Warcraft continues on Sunday. So it looks like we don't get a winning interview with Foggy, or what?
好了，那么今天的近铁天下第一武道会所有的比赛已经全部结束了。再次感谢我们的主办方近铁城市广场以及星际老男孩，还有我们的赞助商万家乐。
My Chinese is not very good, but it looks like she says goodbye. It's so cool that the award is a Dragon Ball.
那么同样，明天星际的赛场
Love
上
it.
我们不见不散，同样也期待最后World 3以及星际的天下第一人的称号。
Alright, that's it for the coverage of Masters Coliseum. It was a pleasure. You guys did complain not too much despite the issues we had today. And that was great, and that made me a little proud. And I'm very, very happy with today. Of course, Foggy, big story. TH out, big story. And Moon out, also a big story. So Sunday, I'm looking forward to it. Remo's gonna be by my side to have a dual cast in the early morning. Set your alarms. Sunday morning, 7 a.m. This is hype. This is so great. This is the greatest Warcraft in the world. Live from Shanghai, China. And we will be there covering it for you. Hopefully we can do some negotiations and bring you the in-game picture crisp and clean as you're used to. I am trying to open up my Streamlabs to send. Well, it's not working. Why not? There we go. Whew. Alright, there were so many supporters. We will roll the credits now. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for the support. Spread the word about this awesome tournament. The VODs will be up in no time on YouTube. We will also do reruns for the different time zones for America and Europe. Starting right now, I guess. Or maybe later. We will see. So, with that being said, please follow us here on Twitch. We're getting close to 50,000. Follow us on YouTube, where we have 20,000 already. Follow us on Facebook, where we're about to break the 5,000. And Twitter, where we're about to break 3,500 followers. You can also join our Discord and follow us on Instagram, where there are always raffles about Warcraft keys if you want to win some. So, with that being said, guys, it was a long and exhausting day. If you missed the games, YouTube. If you like us, you can donate via PayPal, you can buy our merchandise, you can use the Amazon referral link, or subscribe via Twitch here. That makes me proud and happy. And yeah, I did talk way too much. I'm still looking for that song. There it is. And now, thanks for watching. Here are the credits. Bye bye.